Yo, what is up all my real MVPs? It's me, Zach Lee, back bringing some more daily NBA news. And without further ado, let's just get into the news that we gotta talk about today. But first, I do have to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video, athleticcases.com. Basketball, baseball, football, or soccer, no matter what the sport, you guys can now rock your favorite player on the back of your phone. Use the promo code Zach Lee for 10% off your order. Links are in the description box below. First up in the news, Collin Sexton just might be ready to become the next Donovan Mitchell, or this draft class version of Donovan Mitchell. And I say that because last year, Chris Paul was a huge mentor to Donovan Mitchell. From the time he was drafted up until the regular season, Chris Paul was helping Donovan Mitchell along the way. And this year, it seems that Chris Paul has taken Collin Sexton under his wing in that exact same role. As after Collin Sexton's dominant performance in the Summer League yesterday, he went on to say this: "We had a relationship before, but Chris Paul is somebody that I can go to talk to about different things, especially when I played on his team. He's been helping me a lot through all of this, through the draft process, everything. He's been a big bonus." So yeah, Chris Paul is doing the exact same thing for Collin Sexton that he did for Donovan Mitchell last year. However, I do want to point out that it's not like Chris Paul has only done this for these two guys. He also did it for none other than Stephen Curry. As when Curry was asked about his relationship with Chris Paul, this is what he had to say. "He was a great mentor when it came to understanding how a guy on his level was prepared over the summer for an NBA season, how disciplined he was, his work ethic, and I got to see firsthand after Summer League through the beginning of the season, and obviously we got a Carolina connection." You guys know about the whole base god curse, right? The guy Lil B, the base god who puts curses on NBA players that he feels does him dirty. Well, I just want to say, if this whole Collin Sexton thing plans out and he really does become a star in the NBA and is this draft class Donovan Mitchell, we might have to introduce a new thing called the Chris Paul blessing, where any rookie that he worked with automatically is destined for greatness. Next up in the news, how many of you guys remember the name Harry Giles? He was selected 20th overall by the Sacramento Kings in last year's draft, but he was the typical draft pick, as at one point in time he was a guy that was one of, if not the best player in his draft class. But then all the injuries started to take place. Tore his ACL twice, his MCL, his meniscus, and as you can imagine, after all of those injuries, he goes from a guy that's seen as a future star to a guy where only the bravest of teams would risk using their draft pick on. And that team happened to be the Kings, and the only reason they did it, or felt comfortable doing it, was because they had 3 first-round draft picks in last year's draft. So with their third pick, they were like, why not? Let's give this guy a chance, even though he wouldn't be able to play a single minute in his rookie year. That's about to change though, as now Harry Giles is completely healthy, and he's even playing a bit in the Summer League. And according to Giles, what he is doing in the Summer League is just an appetizer for what he's going to be able to do by the time the regular season comes around.
What would you say your biggest takeaway has been so far from this week?
A lot of different things. Patience. Every game I've been throwing a different challenge. Really trying to get my head to not be able to score the ball, to pass the ball, to get on the break. So I just took away that I'm making the right steps. I'm getting better each game. I'm starting to show different things, different games, and just bringing more of my game on. So I'm just getting more comfortable, and more of my confidence is coming out as the more games I play. So I'm just anxious. I'm going to go back to Saxon, go back home. I'm going to work. So I'm just ready to get it done. It's to add more to my game. When the season comes around, I got more to show. So stay tuned. It's just the appetizer right here. That's it.
And it doesn't end there, as a couple of days ago, Harry Giles compared himself to Kevin Garnett, saying that he doesn't try to imitate Kevin Garnett, but he just naturally is like Kevin Garnett on the basketball court. I love KG's game. It's crazy how I'm not out there trying to act like him. I'm really just being me, but it's crazy I end up being like him in a way. I've got Big Ticket, my Instagram name. I love him growing up, just the way he played. It's something that grabbed you from the TV screen, just his intensity, the way he goes out and competes and has fun. You can tell he's out there living in the moment. He's somebody you always wanted to watch, especially in his prime days, those days in the KG Big Ticket days. Harry Giles is for sure going to be a guy that we all need to keep close eyes on this upcoming season. He is such a huge wild card, not only for the Sacramento Kings, but for the entire NBA. He did have to redshirt his freshman year, but he's healthy now. So it's going to be really interesting to see what he becomes in the league. In other news, an underlying narrative narrative about LeBron James taking his talents to LA this summer is that, unlike the other times in which he was a free agent and promised championships back with the Miami Heat,
came down here to win championships. Not one, championships.
Not two.
LeBron, tell us about that.
Not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7.
And then, of course, coming back to the Cleveland Cavaliers, he promised to bring his city a ring. Like I was saying though, an underlying narrative of LeBron James going to LA is that he went there and didn't promise them anything. Didn't go there and promise them 1 ring, 2 rings, 3 rings, nothing like that. As a matter of fact, we haven't even heard from LeBron James himself since he decided to take his talents to Los Angeles. Yesterday though, we did get to hear from his agent, Rich Paul, and what he said makes it sound like LeBron James really didn't go to LA to try and win any rings. In 2010, when he went to Miami, it was about championships. In 2014, when he went back to Cleveland, it was delivering on a promise. In 2018, it was just about doing what he wants to do. Once again, that is coming from LeBron James's agent, Rich Paul. Now, personally, I don't think this means that LeBron James isn't interested in winning more rings or that he won't be trying to bring the city of Los Angeles a championship. Of course he will, but this move wasn't predicated on the basis of I'm going to go to LA and win a championship. That's not why he made this move. Once again, he has said it numerous times that this move was a family-based move. And we also just got reports in saying that LeBron James is in talks with Paramount Pictures trying to land a deal to star in a major movie that he has already pitched to them. Look, the Lakers might end up winning a ring with LeBron James, but just remember, that's not why he went to LA. If he wanted rings, there were plenty of other teams that he could have went to that would have been more sure things to get a ring than the Los Angeles Lakers. For our next story of the day, one player who turned out to be a tad bit disappointing this past season was D'Angelo Russell. After he was traded from the Los Angeles Lakers to the Brooklyn Nets, consensus amongst us fans was that D'Angelo Russell is the guy to look out for this season, that he was going to be on the verge of having a breakout year. However, of course, it didn't really pan out that way. As for a majority of the season, D'Angelo Russell was suffering with minor injuries, and when he was playing, he was nothing to brag home about. That could change this upcoming season though, as one of D'Angelo Russell's closest friends in the NBA, who just got himself a nice big fat contract, Devin Booker, went on to say this about D'Lo yesterday. I think he's more focused than ever right now. Like I said earlier, everybody comes at different times and has different opportunities. He's in a whole new situation in Brooklyn, and I think he looked at that as a fresh start, and he's been working hard this summer. I know he's been in New York grinding with the team, and I've been in Los Angeles. Every time we talk on the phone, it's like I'm working, and he says the same thing. He's locked in and ready to go. For D'Angelo Russell, this upcoming season, this is it. This is make or break. He's going to be a restricted free agent in the summer of 2019, and if he wants any chance to land a deal close to what Devin Booker just got paid with the Phoenix Suns, then he is going to have one spectacular NBA season. And for our final story of the day, something might be up with DeMar DeRozan, not quite sure yet. But it all started yesterday when he released this message to his followers on Instagram. We've had some bumps along the way, but the reward is in the journey. I'm in my bag, hashtag prove 'em. He then followed that up though by deleting every single picture off his Instagram page. Look, that's all I can really say about this story for now, since it's pretty much a still developing story, but I'm gonna have my eyes on DeMar DeRozan for a little bit to see if anything else comes of this, and if anything does happen or comes out, you can guarantee that I'll let you know. But that is gonna do it for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to smack that sub button and hit the bell as well so you can stay up to date with everything that goes on in the NBA on a daily basis. Anyways, I'll see all of you right back here tomorrow for some more NBA news, but until then, keep getting the buckets, Team SDC, and I'm out of here. Peace!